Okay, so good day guys and welcome to today's video. Okay, today I'll be talking about order block. What is order block? Order block is any candle that breaks the previous low, either low or high, the previous candle, and creates an imbalance. We've had a lot of definition about order block. Some people will tell you that order block is a any candle created before a movement or a reversal. So there are different types of order block. There are different types of definition created for order block. Some people will tell you that order block is a bearish candle formed before a bullish trend, or a bullish candle formed before a bearish trend. So this is, we are not just talking about order block here, we are talking about valid order block. This is how you can identify and mark a valid order block. So valid order block is any candle that breaks the previous candle, either low or high, and creates an imbalance. So there are two features, or there are two ways in which you can identify and know if another block is valid. The first thing you should look out for to know a valid order block is if a valid order block must break high or must break a low. A valid order block must break a high or must break a low. Then the second part, a valid order block must create an imbalance. So what you should look out for in a valid order block, if you want to mark out your order block, the order block that is high probability, you have to, the order block must break a high or a low, then it must create an imbalance. So let's look at an example of order block and what you should mark as order block and what you should not mark as an order block. Okay, so let's look at a good example of a valid order block. In the definition, we said an order block that is high probability and valid must break a low or a high, must break a candle, either high or low. So how do we identify a valid order block? Let's zoom this out. This candle, okay, this candle, this obvious candle, it took out this previous candle here. This bullish candle took out this bearish candle, so it's rated a high, a low rather. It took out a previous candle, it rated a low, then it creates, we are not sure if it's create an imbalance. So let's not look for this, let's look for another example of a valid. This one has been mitigated, this one has been, so let's look out for this. I'm not looking out for this because I've not seen an imbalance. Let's look at a valid order block. How to identify a valid order block. Okay, still looking for it. A perfect example of a valid order block. Okay, so this is my valid order block. Why? Because it took out a low, it rated a low, it rated this previous candle, this low, it took it out. Yeah, then the second feature, it created an imbalance. It created an imbalance. There is an imbalance here. I think I'll talk about imbalance. I'll not talk about imbalance, I'll talk about imbalance. So this is a valid order block to me because it rated a low, then it's created an imbalance. Let's look at another example. Sorry, we can find another example. Okay. Sorry. I'll try to see this thing again like this. Okay, this is it. Talking of a valid order block, this is my valid order block. This candle. Why? Because it rated lows. Sorry. These lows, these two lows. Sorry. Let me mark it out very well. Okay. It rated these lows. The previous candle, it rated the previous candle. The two previous candles, it rated it. Being it a low or a candle, it must rate something. So it rated these two candles, then it's form an imbalance. It create an imbalance. So this is my valid order block. Let's see how market react to it. So I'm going to mark it out like this, and expect market to test it, then reverse. Let me see how market react to it. Okay, well, market took it out though. Market took it out. So to me, this is a valid order block. This is how I identify a valid. Let's look at more example of a valid order block. Okay. It's not compulsory, is an opposite, is a candle formed against the opposite direction. It must, the law is that it must take out a low and it must create an imbalance. So for example, this is another block, or other block rather, sorry, other block in a trend. So it's not compulsory, it is in a swing point, or it is in a support or resistance level, but the most high probability other block is that it must be in a swing point, it must be created in a swings. But you see, this other block is created among is part of the trend, so we can call this one the another block too. We can say it's another block too. So why is it an order block? Don't forget our two features of order block. It's rated a low, it took out this candle, the previous candle, then it created an imbalance. So this is a valid order block. What do I mean by an imbalance? When these two candles are not interlocking, when the wick of three candles are not interlocking, this and this, so there is a gap in between, so that is what we call imbalance. So it created an imbalance and it rated a low, so that is our, oh my god, that is a valid order block. Let's look at how market reacts to it. Okay, so market reacted to it, market tested it, then move, market tested it, then move, a short move though, what market tested it, then move. So that's basically how to, let's look at another block in a bullish trend, not just bearish trend alone. Let's look at for another one in the bullish trend. So this is another block. It created an imbalance, then it rated a high. It created an imbalance, then it rated a high. Market came to test it, then move. Let's look at one more example. Let's go to 15 minutes. I think this one is okay. So this is a valid order block. Why? Because it rated lows, it rated previous candles, then it also created an imbalance. So this is a valid order block. Let's look at how market reacts to it. Maybe we get stopped out, or okay. So market tested it, then move back to the opposite direction. So that is basically how to identify a valid order block. So if you are getting any value from this video, please don't forget to like, comment and share, and subscribe. Most importantly, turn on the notification button for our next video updates. So thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next video.